Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm Johnny Lou Avery, and you've met Monty Hopple and Brian Smith. Monty is the general manager, and Brian is the director of public relations for the Midland Rockhounds. And we just had so much fun the last two Sundays and today talking about the Rockhounds and how entrenched they are in everybody in the Permian Basin, but also outside the Permian Basin. And I want us to spend this segment talking a little bit about the complex itself and the finances of the complex. And so one of you start off with that.
Well, you know, this was built back in 2002 with a quarter-cent sales tax. And anytime you have a tax, you say, well, you know, how is that going to benefit Midland? And the 4B tax was just that. It was an economic development tax, which means you spend money and hopefully there's a return and for economic development.
And the Texas legislature passed it to enable the communities to have the money to develop.
That's correct.
Tourism and ways to develop their city.
That's correct. And we had a good track record in the old stadium. We tracked how many visitors came from out of town. We talked earlier about how much we market to other communities. I think we counted our last surveys. We did a 10-year report card because we finished 10 years, and we came up with that fans came from 46 states and, you know, just hundreds and hundreds of cities, and, you know, many in West Texas, and they're coming from all over because our players are from all over, and fans are traveling around and just coming to the ballpark. But a lot of people from West Texas communities. It's not just Midland, Big Spring, Andrews. It's Hobbs. There's some nights we'll do a Hobbs night. We'll have 900 people come from Hobbs. So, but the good news is that in our 10-year report card, there's economic impact on this facility because there's so many visitors coming in, and 40% of the facility is being paid by outside Midlanders. So because
40%.
40%.
That's new money into this
Right.
community.
So,
into this area.
And the impact is well over $25 million a year. And there's a couple $100,000 we're spending on operating the complex, and obviously there was a cost to build it. But it's been a remarkable return just because there's so many events out there besides baseball and soccer, and there's so many people coming in from outside the community. It's been a win-win. A lot of people just say, we're glad to have it, we're glad to pay a tax, 25 cents for every $100 you spend. We're just glad for a quality of life, for kids, for families. But then other people say, if it's a tax, you know, what's the return? Well, we have brochures at the office, this 8-page brochure. It's the 10-year report card, and it is unbelievable on the return on investment.
Well, and when you stop to think about, first of all, 40% of your money is new money into the community, but also the support, the domino effect when you have a successful organization, the vendors and all of the other people that supply things to you are benefiting from this. So it's got a lot of economic development.
That's correct.
That you even didn't track.
That's correct. I mean, if it's just us as a franchise, and if we went away, we're a $9 million impact, just us. That doesn't count everybody that comes in and spends money, but our impact is $9 million just as a franchise. So it's been a great investment by the city, and you know, it's definitely a joint effort, and we're planning on having more and more events in the future. And that's why we bought a soccer team, and we're playing in the complex, and that's why we're out there promoting other events. We've done concerts. We've done the Brad Paisleys and the Dierks Bentley and Gary Allen, some major concerts. We're going to do it again. We brought in the Olympic softball team on their way to Beijing before the Olympics. It packed the place. So we're doing all these special events besides baseball and soccer, and that's our mission because we're the marketing entity that promotes all events at the complex. So there's so much going on out there other than soccer and baseball.
But when you look at what you're doing and the great partnership you have with the city and the county and the chamber, you've really not had to raise your ticket prices that much.
No, and Brian can tell you how we kind of stand against the Texas League, but we've raised them a little bit over time. But I mean, 23 years, not much, but he can tell you kind of how we stack up against
Yeah.
the Texas League.
And it all goes back to our mission about being affordable, quality family entertainment. We are, by $3 per ticket, the cheapest in the Texas League. We're the
Wow.
only Texas League team and one of maybe 10 in minor league baseball that does not charge for parking. And so in the last 20 years, we've raised our prices, I think, 3 times. And our mission is always to come out to the ballpark. Anybody can come out and have a great time. You're going to spend way more money going to the movie theater,
I know.
or just sitting
Or
home
even
and
renting
just
a
bringing a
movie.
pizza, and everything, than you would having fun coming out to the ballpark. So, out of all the teams in the league, and really in all of minor league baseball, we are by far the most inexpensive ticket price.
So there's no guidelines set by your Oakland A's that say you have to charge this amount of money for your tickets.
That's right. Just like they control the players and the coach and the players, when we control
the finances,
our
all the
entity,
business.
our marketing, and our whole business. It's really a 3-way partnership, and people ask me all the time, well, how does it work? Does the A's own you? And they're confused, but it's just the city of Midland, the Oakland A's, and the Rockhounds. We all have our piece, and it's a joint agreement where we do this, the A's do this, and the city does this. And the city will make major structural repairs and maintenance to the ballpark. We'll do some maintenance, and it's just a great agreement that benefits all parties.
And it seems to me that's almost like a fast food franchise. The chamber helps them with a lot of their issues, but they're a franchise of this owner that sets a lot of the rules.
That's correct. Exactly.
And so you've got
Right.
a great interaction and interdependence on each other.
Right, and it doesn't always work. There's some communities out there it doesn't always work, and the city and the team is at odds, and they move, and there's no team there anymore. They go to a new city, but a lot of those instances are ownership and general manager issues where they don't push it as hard and get in the community, and then they say, well, we didn't have support, so we're moving the team.
Yeah.
But here, we've had full steam ahead on corporate community, the city, and the Rockhounds and the A's. We're just all putting our efforts together, and it's paying off.
Well, one of the things I want us to talk about, though, is when a player comes here, and what do they think about Midland in the ballpark and those kinds of things?
It's always unique because these guys, we get them, the A's draft them out of high school, out of college, from all over the country, and then especially now in the international market in Latin America or even over in Asia. And so a lot of them, this is their first time. And when they get out of spring training in Arizona and they get sent to Midland, this is the first thing they see. And the number one thing I hear right off the bat is just how friendly everyone is out here, and what a great
We're
just
going
felt
to
home.
take a break on that note, and then I want us to continue this discussion in just a minute. We'll see you in just a minute with the rest of this program.
Stay tuned. West Texas View will be right back.